This practice here will be the monitoring progress question on page 279 of your book. It can be pretty difficult. It is similar to some of your other homework problems to prove certain things. This one, they want us to prove that triangle PTU is congruent with triangle UQP. Now, you can break apart these shapes. If they've got two triangles overlapping each other, you can redraw them, pull them apart, you can turn them so they're facing the same way, and you can match the angles and the sides however you want. So I'm going to go ahead, I'm just going to kind of write down things to show how we get closer and closer to proving that. Okay, so it's not a proof table necessarily. You can write it in paragraph, or you can do it kind of like how I do. I just kind of write what is congruent, just a little bit of like, oh, it was reflexive, or it was vertical angles. Okay, the first thing I got here is that P and the U, this whole segment, is being shared by these two triangles. So you see how there's this triangle right here? This PU is being shared with this triangle, okay? So, I mean, I could say PU is congruent with PU. Then that's the reflexive. Which means this little piece is congruent to itself, RS, RS. Now, there's right angles. If that's a right angle, well then this is also a right angle, right here and right here on the S. Okay? And when you're dealing with right angles, what you should think of is HL, because it's the only one really that works with I mean, they all work with right angles, but it really helps you know the hypotenuse leg theorem can work here. And it does. We've got the hypotenuse, which is the side opposite of the angle you're looking at, the 90-degree. Hypotenuse, leg. And this is going to be congruent with the leg of this triangle. So I'm looking at triangle TRU and QSP, okay? So I can say that triangle TRU is congruent with triangle QSP because of the HL congruence theorem. Okay? If that is still tricky, hypotenuse leg of this triangle. Hypotenuse leg of that triangle. Alright, so we know those are congruent to each other. The next thing we're going to do is, because these triangles are congruent, then RT and SQ are going to be congruent to each other, okay? So let's say that's TR is congruent with QS. Because these are congruent. These are corresponding parts. All right? And now we have side, angle, side. Side, angle, side. So triangle PRT is congruent with triangle USQ. That's the side, angle, side congruence theorem. I know, there's a lot. You can pause and review the video if you need to. Okay, now that we have this triangle is congruent with that triangle, this triangle is congruent with this triangle, all these parts are corresponding. So you can say these lines PT is congruent with QU, corresponding parts. And then now we can say PTU and UQP because of the side, 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 or side, side, side. Side, side, side. Congruence theorem. That's a lot. Okay. Use what you know. Use all of them. there could be a lot of variations. This was a little more difficult. Probably a little bit difficult to wrap your brain around it a little bit. Review it, practice it, and then you'll have this ding, this light bulb go off, and you're gonna start seeing things. When you go through the homework problems, you'll be like, oh yeah. Oh yeah, I can do, these angles and sides are all included in the SAS or whatever. Okay? Good luck, guys, with the homework.